So in the previous video, I was asked to have a closer look at the Burris Eliminator scope on a 22 long rifle and show what it's capable of and how well it works. So what I'll be firing is Winchester power points, 42 grains at about 1320 feet per second, which makes it one of the more powerful hunting 22 cartridges. And I'll be attempting to range and hit targets out to 200 yards. So the rifle is zeroed at 50 yards. So at 52 yards, the scope says that there's no holdover, so the centre gets illuminated. Pushing the range out to 100 yards. As you can see, the illuminated dot has moved down in the reticle, indicating the holdover at that range. So the scope is on 12 power, the maximum, which is the only power at which the drop indicator will work. Although this has been changed in the Eliminator 2 and Eliminator 3, which will work at any power. So this is also at 100 yards. And a Coke can at 96 yards. Now we're up to the 150 yard targets. And you can see the drop difference between that and the one at 100 yards. If you look at the dust that's been kicked up, you can see that there's a breeze blowing the bullet to the left, which is quite significant with a 22 at this range, even for a light breeze. So I'll aim a bit to the right. So this is still at 150 yards on a different day with a different lens. And it is hard to make out the dot on the camera, but through the scope it's very easy to see. Although I'm trying to aim through a camera viewfinder here. Watch the dust cloud here. So there's little to no wind. And now there seems to be a breeze that's picked up, blowing things to the left, and I managed to shoot the string off my metal target. So aiming again a bit to the right. And again. So it's quite consistent out to 150 yards, accurately predicting the drop. But now look what happens when I try and range a 200 yard target. I get the 5 dots down the bottom and 1 in the centre, so the bullets drop below them 4 dots somewhere, lower than the scope's able to show. So still too far, and now it's showing the drop. So 180 yards is the maximum with this cartridge that the Eliminator will show the drop to. Beyond that, it's up to you. So here's a couple of drink cans out at 177 yards. Again, there's a bit of wind blowing to the left. so aim a bit to the right. To the right again. So yeah, it does what it claims to do, and it works quite well, and is a lot of fun. But there is one serious flaw that I should say, and that's the remote that activates the rangefinder in the scope. It just doesn't work well at all. It has to be right up in line with the sensor and doesn't work in bright sunlight. It would have been so much better just to put a simple wired switch like you'd have on a gun light or something like that you could mount anywhere and guarantee that it actually works. A couple other improvements would be a selector switch that lets you choose between a few different cartridges, so I could switch this down to subsonic if I wanted to, and also the ability to insert other drop numbers at different ranges so it can more accurately track the trajectory of the bullet for that particular cartridge. But anyway, that's it. I'm sure some manufacturer in the future is going to improve on this. Pretty good start from Burris. Their new scopes also predict wind drift, that this one does not.